Okay, I'm making this video according to Hobbyking to try to figure out why my receivers are not binding to my transmitter. According to the instructions, this is the only one that I found that kind of works, and it only binds to this transmitter. It will not bind to the other transmitter that I have. If I turn this on, we wait for it to transmit. It's ready to go. I hook up the power to number 8, channel 8. And this one's already in sync mode, as you can hopefully can see. The green light's on. Okay, so if I plug this in, it works. Okay, apparently this one works. Now, if I disconnect the power, turn this off, and I step to the next transmitter. Now this is the one that was bound. The other ones don't seem to do this. Now if I go to this, bind, this is green, so let's go, and I push it once, it blinks, and then the red lights keep blinking. Now this is on the one that worked originally. Okay, so if I unplug this, do this, let's go to plug it into 3, which is the throttle mode. Oh, excuse me, let me turn it on. It's green. Plug it in. Push the button for a second. Nothing happens. If I press it just once, they blink back and forth, and it doesn't bind to this transmitter. Nothing. Okay, so let's undo this. Let's undo that. Turn that off. Let's turn this one back on. It's transmitting. Let's plug this into channel 8. Let me push once. It blinks back and forth, but it does not bind to this transmitter. Okay, this is number 1. I'm going to put a little 1 right there. Okay? So this one's not binding to this transmitter. If I move everything over to this transmitter, turn it on, wait for it to be green, it's green, plug into channel number 8, it's already bound. Okay? If I plug that back into number 3, the green light is still on. Okay, so this one seems to work only on this transmitter. Okay, which is kind of funny. Okay, so that was number 1. Let's go to number 2. Brand spank. All these 3 are brand spanking new. So this is number 2. So let's go according to the instructions. Okay. It's transmitting. Let's connect this up to number 8. Push once real quick, they blink, and they don't bind. The red is still going. Now if I wait and hold this even more, right now it's analog, and if I let go, now it's set for digital. Okay? So if I hold it again, like 5 seconds or so, then it goes back to being analog. Okay. But still, if I unplug this, if I hook this up to 3, let's turn that back on again. It's transmitting. Number 3. Okay. One push, they blink back and forth. This is not binding. Okay, so it's not bound. It's blinking. Not blinking, so it's not bound at all. So this is this one. So if we move over to the next transmitter, number 2 again, turn it on, wait for green, it's on, let's put it in channel number 8. Okay, it's blinking. I'm going to push it once, They blink back and forth, but nothing's bound. Okay. Again, if I 1, 2, 3, give it a couple more seconds, nothing's bound. Okay, so that's not working there. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Wait for it's green. It's green. Let's try it even on number 3. It's blinking. I push the button. Nothing happens. Okay, it's not binding. Not even just a little. No bind. Okay, so this one is not bound to either transmitter. So let's turn this off. That was number 2. This is number 3. Let's go back to the original one here. Turn it on. It's transmitting. Go number 8. Push it once. They're blinking back and forth, but no binding. It's not binding. Okay, so let's undo this. Unplug it. Let's go to number 3. Whoop. Excuse me. Let's put this on. It's on. Plug it in. Again, push it. Nothing happens. No binding. No binding. Okay. Let's go to the next transmitter. Turn this one on. That's green. Set this one up to 7. Channel 8 again. Push it once. They blink back and forth. No binding. Okay. Let's set it up in channel number 3. Yep. 3's on. Plug that in. They blink back and forth. No binding. So that's my problem right here. Neither one of these, actually all 3 of these are not binding. I've got three orange fast 8-channel receivers. They're not binding to the Futaba fast system. These are 6-channel transmitters. I have one. This is the one that I used originally and it worked. It will bind to this one, but neither one of these bind to anything else. Okay, so I need to get a return, or I need to get a exchange. Which is what I'd really like. Here is the original that was sent, and just this week I pulled them out and tried to get them to work and can't get them to work. So thank you, and hope for a speedy recovery on this problem.